Hey, my feel good friend, and welcome to the Feel Good Social podcast. I'm your host, Kinsey, and I am so excited to be in your earbuds as per usual with this podcast. But especially because today's episode is once again, I feel it. It's going to be one that you want to go grab a pen and paper to take some notes about, right? For these types of episodes, I just know it as I'm typing up my notes for these kinds of episodes. I'm going to be dishing up a lot of actionable tips. I'm going to be proposing a bunch of questions or giving you a lot of ideas to brainstorm when it comes to your Black Friday promotions. And I just want to start out by saying that while I will be specifically talking about Black Friday promotions during this episode, I'm totally going to be sharing tips that you can use any time of year, right? For any type of like pop-up, quick promotional sale that you want to hold for your business. These tips I'm sharing in today's episodes, the questions I'm posing, things that we'll be brainstorming, you could use them any time of year, okay? It doesn't just have to be Black Friday, my friend. So I just wanted to say that in case you are listening to this episode in the future after Black Friday has already happened. That's totally okay, my friend. And also, another thing I wanted to say too, obviously go grab a pen and paper while I'm just yapping your ear off during this time. But this is definitely the time of year when you want to be thinking ahead and planning your promotions for this holiday season, right? So this is the perfect time of year. We're even kind of cutting it a little close to Black Friday, even though we are still early November at the time of the release of this episode. So go grab your pen and paper. If you haven't started planning for Black Friday yet, don't worry. This episode is going to lay out all the strategy for you, my friend. If you do enjoy this episode, please share it with your business friends who could also use to listen to it, okay? If you find that you really get a lot of helpful advice from these Feel Good Social podcast episodes, please don't forget to send the link to your business friends who are also probably struggling to plan their Black Friday promotions, who could also really use these actionable tips that help them plan their sales very quickly, right? Because we are trying to grow this feel good community. I want to try to help as many awesome business owners as possible. And I just want to spread the feel good social love, right? So make sure you're sharing these episodes with a friend. And if you feel up to it, screenshot the episode when you're listening to it, share it to your Instagram stories, and make sure that you tag me. I'm at Feel Good Social on Instagram because I absolutely love hearing from my Feel Good Social podcast listeners. And if you share this to your Instagram stories and tag me at Feel Good Social, I will be able to see it and reshare it to my Instagram stories and spread the love right back to you. I will send you a very excited DM. I promise. I get very excited when I get to see my listeners share the episodes to their Instagram stories because it's so happy. It makes me so happy. So anyway, share it to your Instagram stories. Make sure you tag me because if you don't, I won't be able to see it. And I want to be able to see it and thank you and reshare it to my stories. Okay, without further ado, let's dive into planning your Black Friday promotions. Hey friend, and welcome to the Feel Good Social podcast. I'm your host, Kinsey, and I'm here to help you market your business in a genuine way that works without wasting your precious time. On this show, we chat about social media strategy and mindset tips with a focus on, you guessed it, feeling good. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some genuine conversation for the good of your biz. You know what your brand vibe is on Instagram? I have a new fun quiz that's just for you, my friend. I, of all people, know how hard it is to figure out how the heck you're supposed to translate your brand to the gram. And with this quick 7-question quiz, we will help you hone in on your brand's personality, voice, and visuals so that you can show up consistently and create content that looks beautiful and feels on brand for you. This quiz is so awesome. It's been a long time coming, and I know that you're going to have a lot of fun with it. Plus, the results will help you show up in the best way for you. If you'd like to check out our new brand vibe quiz, just head to feelgoodsocial.com/quiz. Pretty easy. Head to feelgoodsocial.com/quiz to find out what your brand's vibe is on social media and start showing up there for your brand. All right, my friend, I hope that the intro and the plugs were enough time for you to go grab that pen and paper, because we got a lot to cover in today's episode. And I do not want you to miss out on like jotting down something that comes to mind as you're listening to this episode, right? The last thing I want is for you to be like listening to the episode and you think of a great idea for your Black Friday promotion or like a great post to help you promote your Black Friday promotion and all that jazz. And then you forget it by the time that you get off the treadmill and go like find your pen and paper or whatever, right? So I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, go find your pen and paper. And I do just want to say too, before we dive into all the topics when it comes to Black Friday and breaking it down and planning your promotions, if you enjoy these very actionable episodes of the Feel Good Social podcast, where I'm just dishing up all the strategy and tips and deets about these sort of marketing things, I would love to encourage you to check out our online membership, the Feel Good Social Club. It's an online community for down-to-earth entrepreneurs who want to create content for their brands in a way that's not going to waste their time, in a way that feels good to them, right? So in the club, we have Canva templates for lots of different things, including promotions, right? We have monthly content planning workshops where we all get together and we can brainstorm our content ideas and our promotions for each upcoming month together, right? So that's why I wanted to bring up the Feel Good Social Club. It's feelgoodsocial.com/club, by the way, if you were wondering. And, because during these actionable episodes like this, it would be so, so helpful to bounce ideas around with other people, right? Wouldn't it be so helpful to be able to say your ideas out loud to me and have me go, oh yeah, that's great. Or, oh my gosh, that sounds really cool. I wonder if you could do this with it. Or, ooh, I wonder if you could move the timeline up just a little bit or push it back a little bit or anything like that, right? Like that's what our content planning workshops every month are for the Feel Good Social Club. And they're so, so awesome. It's so wonderful for members to come together and not only get feedback and brainstorm ideas with me, but also be able to talk to and brainstorm ideas with other members, right? Other entrepreneurs who are in the Feel Good Social Club. So I would love for you to check it out. If you've been enjoying these very actionable episodes, it's feelgoodsocial.com/club. You can join today. We would absolutely love to see you in there. We would love to see you at our next content planning workshop, and I cannot wait to hear more about your business. Also, I am actually mulling over the idea of giving early access to these episodes to our Feel Good Social Clubbers. I'm actually going to do that this time as like the first time ever, giving early access to very actionable episodes of the Feel Good Social podcast to our Feel Good Social Clubbers. So they should have had access to this episode at least a week ago, if not 2 weeks ago. I'm trying to remember when this episode is scheduled to come out, right? So they have already had extra time to plan their Black Friday promotions and all that stuff, right? So if you are interested in getting early access to Feel Good Social podcast strategic episodes and all that stuff, definitely check out the club, because I would love to support you. I'd love to have you in the community, and I would love for you to get all the member perks. So check it out, feelgoodsocial.com/club. Okay, my friend, let's dive into planning your Black Friday promotions. Okay, so I always like to talk about the what, the why, and the how during these types of episodes. And so the what, when it comes to Black Friday, most people know what Black Friday is, but just in case you don't, it's basically a spending holiday, quote unquote. It's basically a holiday that is revolved around big name companies and small business owners hosting very awesome sales, right? It's the day after Thanksgiving. You probably already know all of that about Black Friday, right? However, in the past few years, Black Friday has been expanding, if you will, from not just the Friday after American Thanksgiving, but now it has turned into kind of an entire weekend, right? Because we have Black Friday on that Friday after Thanksgiving. Then we have Small Business Saturday on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Then we have Cyber Monday on the Monday after Thanksgiving. And it's basically the same concept, right? The entire weekend is basically the same concept where it's like just businesses hosting really great sales on their offers. And so I kind of like to call it the entire Black Friday weekend, right? There's different ways you can approach Black Friday versus Small Biz Saturday and Cyber Monday and all that different stuff. But like, honestly, like for small business owners like us, I don't really like to differentiate them because let's just make it as easy and strategic on ourselves as possible, right? So I'll get into kind of the timeline and the differentiation of that stuff in a little bit when we talk about how to do all the things for planning your Black Friday promotions. But basically, that's just what we're talking about, right? Is like this Black Friday weekend going from Black Friday day after Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday-ish, usually. However, again, caveat on a caveat, in the past few years, Black Friday has expanded even more, if we're honest. And I see people starting their Black Friday sales on Thanksgiving, right? I'm pretty sure that like Target opens like at, I don't know, 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving or something. I don't know. I feel like big name companies are like pushing their Black Friday sales to start on Thanksgiving someday, right? Maybe some even start them on Wednesday, actually. I think there's a name for the Wednesday before American Thanksgiving, and I'm trying to remember it right now, but it's not coming to me, but the name doesn't matter. Just know that sometimes companies decide to start their quote unquote Black Friday sales on the Wednesday before. And then also too, we'll talk about this a little bit later in the episode when we talk about your timeline and when to host your promotion and sale. But I do think that there's something to be said about the weekend before Black Friday weekend and or the weekend after Black Friday weekend, right? Especially for small business owners who can't really compete with those big name companies, right? Like, let's be honest here. We are very small beans and we don't have a lot of assets and like money to work with as much as like Target or Walmart, all these giant multi-billion, I don't know, companies, right? And so sometimes it's okay to maybe choose to host your promotion earlier or after Black Friday, right? And so long story short, we will get into like kind of the details of that and how to choose when to host your promotion in a little bit later in this episode. But I just wanted to tell you that like when I say Black Friday, I'm not just talking about that day. And I'm not even just talking about that weekend in particular. And actually, even like I said in the beginning, in the intro of this episode, more so what I'm talking about is anytime you are planning to host like a pop-up sale of some sort, right? That's like starting on a certain date, lasting 4 or 5 days and ending on a certain date, right? So that is what we're talking about in today's episode. It's not just like the Black Friday. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about why Black Friday in particular is so like kind of helpful, a good time to sell, right? So Black Friday itself is a very highly promotional time. And honestly, people are just ready to spend money. I talked about this a few episodes back when I was shared the Steal My Holiday promotion strategy episode, right? But like this time of year, and especially Black Friday going around that time, like people are getting into the holiday spending season hardcore. It's actually, I think, what kind of kicks off the holiday spending season, this Black Friday time, right? That people are, okay, like it's go time. Let's buy all of our Christmas gifts. Let's figure out our stocking stuffers. Let's spend some money. We've put aside money for gifts throughout like the year because we know we're going to be spending money right now. People are ready to spend money during this time. And they're also like ready and willing to be sold to. So while you do have a lot of competition out there, because it seems like everyone is selling, it's also like your customers are ready for you to sell to them. So it makes it a little easier when it comes to that stuff. And also they're ready to buy from you. So why not give them what they want? You know what I mean? And so it is a good time of year to actually yes, think about hosting a promotion of some sort. I am actually myself, I think I might do a Black Friday promotion this year of my new offer that I'm currently creating. I'll give you a little teaser. It's called the 12 Essential Post Strategy. And it's basically a strategy where you create your 12 essential posts. I break them down. I tell you exactly how to do them. I give you Canva templates to help you make it easier. And then you basically don't have to create any more content if you don't want to. You can just post these 12 essential posts. That's it. But I also tell you how to supplement your 12 essential post strategy to make it better. Anyway, this is my new offer that I may sell for Black Friday this year. I might use it as an example later on in this episode when I talk about how to or what to promote and stuff like that, right? But anyway, getting off on a slight tangent, I'm just very excited about this new thing that I'm creating, and it would make a perfect Black Friday sale, I think. So anyway, it's a great time of year to sell because people are ready to be sold to. It doesn't feel as like weird to them as it might other times during the year. They're ready to spend money. They want to be sold to. Often when you sell to people this time of year during the holiday season, when people are feeling crazy and not having a lot of time and all that stuff, like it's actually helpful for you to be like, here's the perfect thing for grandma, buy this. Because they're like, thank you. Like they don't have enough brain power or energy to think, to like weave their way through like confusing messaging, right? This is a great time of year for you to be like, hey, I have the perfect gift for mom, for dad, for baby, all the different things, right? Or, hey, I know that you are struggling with this, buy this thing because it's going to help you, right? Like this is the perfect time of year for you to do that. In general, the why behind like pop-up sales and stuff like that, it's pop-up sales are really great to host if you're trying to like launch something new and just like get a lot of excitement around it. Or if you are trying to like move product, right? It's also great because pop-up sales often have a start date and an end date, right? So it kind of increases the urgency around a certain offer or whatnot. Like you have to buy now. Often, I mean, in selling psychology, people are just dragging their feet when it comes to buying your thing. And it's kind of helpful sometimes to give people a little bit of urgency, especially when it's like a genuine urgency. There's this whole tangent I could go down about how, the ethical urgency and like not creating urgency that isn't true and real, right? Like having a countdown timer that counts down and like the offer doesn't actually go away kind of thing. Like that's not very ethical, but like in a pop-up sale situation, like this is like very ethical. And sometimes people need the urgency, I think, to buy in order to finally take that action to get to do it. Right? Because that's just one of those things that we all do. And if you think about it this way, I mean, we're getting into money mindset stuff here, but, oftentimes if you are kind of giving people that last little urge to buy from you finally, right? Like giving people the urgency they need to like hit that yes button, and you get them to buy from you now instead of dragging their feet for another few months to buy from you. Like you're actually going to be able to help them sooner, right? Whatever your offer helps them overcome or achieve or create in their life, they are going to be able to get that sooner if they buy now versus if they buy later and drag their feet more often. So anyway, that's what pop-up sales can really help with and all that jazz. So that is kind of the why behind Black Friday and then also pop-up sales. So let's go ahead and talk about the how. And I'm going to be breaking down choosing what you want to promote, choosing when you want to promote it, and choosing how you want to promote it. Okay. So when it comes to planning your Black Friday promotions, I always like to start with the what. Can you like hear the theme? I always write down what, why, how when it comes to all this stuff. But anyway, the essential questions. When, okay. So choosing what you want to promote. When it comes to Black Friday specifically, maybe try to think of something for your brand, an offer that makes sense for the holidays. Okay. So this could be something that you already have that just makes sense for this holiday season, or you may want to consider creating something new. I would suggest making it easy, especially at the time that you're listening to this episode when Black Friday is coming in hot. You don't want to put pressure on yourself to create this entire new offer, especially if there's a lot of upfront work, right? But maybe you want to create something that's perfect for the holidays, or maybe you already have an offer that's perfect for the holidays. But I always like to encourage my Feel Good Social Clubbers to just put themselves in their ideal customer's shoes right now, right? As you are sitting here right now, put yourself in your most perfect ideal customer's shoes and think, what are they dealing with? What are they enjoying? What are they stressing about? What is a big problem that they're having? What are they desiring right now? And how can I show up and help them in the best way right now? Okay. And also think through the holiday season, right? Because maybe right now at this current moment, your ideal customers are like doing pretty okay. But maybe in 3 weeks, when like the holiday season is hitting us hard, they are struggling with something or like they're having trouble with something that you can help them with, right? So put yourself in your ideal customer's shoes. Think about the experience that they are having in life right now. Think about the experience that they are going to be having in their life moving through this holiday season, and consider, how can I show up for them in the best way? This is what I always encourage my Feel Good Social Clubbers to do every single content planning workshop. Remember your ideal customers, right? And then when it comes to the Black Friday sale or any pop-up promotional sale that you want to have, think about specifically what would make sense maybe for the holidays, for gifting, for stocking stuffers, or just like especially helpful now, like I was saying, or for kind of a pop-up or Black Friday sale. I always kind of like to think on the smaller end of my offers, something that is a quick, easy win, a quick, easy yes, right? An offer that's a little bit on the smaller end, that's a quick, easy yes for your ideal customers, that could then maybe lead into one of your bigger offers down the road, right? Because if you think about it, Black Friday is a lot of competition out there, right? Everyone and their mother is selling something during this time of year, during Black Friday especially. Everyone is having the most amazing sale and all the different stuff. And, if you were trying to sell a $1,500 coaching program on Black Friday, like that's something that people really need to talk themselves into and think through the investment on and all that different stuff. And that's not necessarily something that people are going to say yes to during Black Friday when they're just trying to get all their gifts in order and just like spend quick money, quick like yeses, you know what I mean? Just because it's like it requires more thought. So if you tried to promote a big thoughtful offer during that time, you might get looked over because people don't have like the brain power or energy to try to decide if they're ready to invest $1,500. But do they have $47 that they could invest in a workbook or a journal that helps them through the stressful holiday season, right? Like something that's smaller and an easier yes, like yes, right? And that's actually probably meeting them more where they're at right now during the Black Friday sales. They will be more likely to say yes, it's more helpful for them and all that jazz, right? So I always like to think, obviously what makes sense for the holidays, gifting, stocking stuffers, especially helpful right now. And then I also like to think about, okay, what's a smaller, easy yes, easy win that I can offer to my ideal customers right now during this sale that they can like easily say yes to, and then down the road might lead into one of my bigger offers, right? So what does that look like for you? Okay. And then when it comes to what do you want to promote, the other side of that coin is the quote unquote sale or promotion, right? So during these big pop-up sales and especially Black Friday and all that stuff, you got to kind of have some sort of angle for your sale, right? You have to have some sort of like discount or promotion of some sort that like makes people go, yes, this is what I need right now. And especially during Black Friday, everyone is like 50% off, 40% off, like all these 70% off, like all these crazy sales, right? So we need to come up with some sort of angle promotion for your sale that is going to catch your ideal customer's eye right now and make them go, oh yeah, I need that. Oh my gosh, that's on sale. Oh my gosh, yes, I want to support that charity or something, right? I've been looking at this product or this offer that they have, and now they say they're going to donate the proceeds to this charity. Yep, I'm going to buy it now, right? So, so this is kind of me getting ahead of myself again. But when it comes to your promotion or sale, you have to decide what's your angle, right? What's the promotion going to be? And often what we do is think about discounting. Like that's the most obvious go-to when it comes to a quote unquote sale or hosting a sale for your business. People are like, okay, well, I got to offer 20% off, 30% off, 50% off, whatever, right? Which I've had a lot of people come to me and be like, okay, but I really don't want to discount my services. Or, okay, but like I can't really discount my products with like the margins that we have and stuff like that. Like you can't really offer discounts. I've heard that before, and that's okay, my friend. So here's the thing. When it comes to a promotion or a sale, it doesn't always have to be a discount. It can instead be something like, it can totally be a discount because heck yeah, that makes people want to buy if you can do that for sure. But it can also be like a buy one, get one free if that makes more sense for your margins. It could be free shipping if that makes more sense for your margins. And people love some free shipping, let me tell you. It can be a gift card. I've seen a lot of businesses do this where it's like buy $50, get a $50 gift card or something. I don't know. I've made that number up. Probably not that like marginal, but whatever. I've seen people do like buy $100, get $20 off, buy $150, get whatever dollars off, right? Just to like kind of help with the business margins. But also like sales can look like a free gift thrown in, right? And it doesn't just have to be products. Like this can be like digital offers as well. So like buy this like website template that I'm offering and get a free 30-minute consultation with me or something like that'd be an amazing free gift. Hell yeah, I'd sign up. It can be like get this workbook, get this additional checklist or something like that, right? It can also look like donating to charities, like I said. So kind of used as an example before. So like maybe for your Black Friday sale, you take this opportunity to donate 50% of proceeds to charities, right? Or maybe with every purchase, we will donate, we will plant 10 trees or something, or donate, a box of cans, a box of macaroni. I don't know. I'm making this up still in the moment, to a charity or something, food bank or something like that, right? Like it can be kind of more charity focused for your Black Friday promotion as well. You're just trying to give your people a reason to buy now and add the cherry on top to why they should buy now. And it doesn't always have to look like a discount, like I said. This can look like so many different ways. Think about your ideal customers. Think about what is doable for you in your business and what might make sense for them, what they will really want, and then create your promotion around that. The final thing I wanted to say when it comes to the Black Friday promotions is that you may want to consider partnering with another small business owner or two, right? I always encourage collaboration over competition, and collaborating during a time like the holidays and Black Friday could really give you that power to show up and be more visible and compete a little bit more with the bigger brands who have all the marketing money, right? So maybe if you collaborate with other business owners and create kind of like a bundle or a gift basket or a package deal or something like that, that could be a fun way. And then you can all promote it together and you can increase your visibility that much more. And it's just more fun that way, right? So you may want to consider partnering with some of your biz buddies for a Black Friday promotion as well, right? So just one more thing to think about. Okay, so that's how you choose what you want to promote and what you want your angle for the promotion to be. Now, when it comes to choosing when to promote your Black Friday offer, there's a few things to think about, okay? So like I kind of hinted at up at the top of this episode, I don't necessarily consider Black Friday like the day, Black Friday. Okay. So Black Friday is what I consider to be the whole Black Friday weekend, going from Black Friday to Cyber Monday, right? Or it could even be I'm pretty sure it's like Black Wednesday is like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, right? If you did want it to be a little bit of a longer promotion, you could even possibly start Wednesday before Thanksgiving, moving through Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, all the way through to Cyber Monday, right? Depending on how long you want your sale to be. For small businesses like ours, that people aren't necessarily like looking to and waiting for our sale, right? Like, let's be honest here. Let's be honest and transparent. We are somewhat small beans, and there's a lot of small beans to choose from. There's a lot of small business owners, a lot of awesome artists and digital product creators and all that stuff out there. And there's going to be a lot of competition, a lot of fish in the sea during Black Friday promotions, right? And most of our businesses, people aren't just like always keeping an eye on and aren't like ready to buy. Like they're waiting for Target or whatever to like release their Black Friday promotions. They're like refreshing their keyboard, waiting to like put the flat screen TV in their cart or whatever that's like 70% off, instead of like waiting for our 20% of proceeds donated to charity type of sale or something like that, right? So for small business owners like ours, I do like to recommend that you don't just host a one-day sale necessarily. You totally can if you do it right, if you do it correctly, if you like tease it enough and like get people excited and then tell them, okay, it's only going to be an hour long or it's only going to be Black Friday, make sure you are like ready for us to sell. Like make sure you are ready for this promotion. You can totally do like a 1-day sale. You could totally do a 2-day or 3-day or whatever it is. But, I think giving yourself just like a little bit longer, doing one sale for the whole weekend might help you to, see a little bit more success, unless you really prep your audience like early on for the promotion. Okay. Another question I get when it comes to kind of the timeline of Black Friday and all that stuff is people are like, oh, well, should I do like one promotion for Black Friday and then a different promotion for Small Business Saturday and then a different promotion for Cyber Monday? And I'm kind of like, no. Like, for us, for the small business owners, like honestly, like that's too much work for you. Like you got a lot going on. I know that. And then also it can be kind of confusing for our audience if like we are trying to throw too much information at them, if it's like a short timeline, not only for one day, like 1-day sale, but like 1-day sales, like 3 days in a row. No, it's going to be too confusing for people, right? So choose one sale for this whole like weekend. You can totally do a 1-day sale if you want to, or even a 2-day sale, Black Friday and Small Business Saturday or something like that. But don't if you do that, make sure that you are prepping your audience, make sure you're telling them, getting them excited about it. Make sure that you're saying like, watch your email because this email's coming. You may want to make it a very sweet deal, like very awesome. Like this never happens throughout the year and people want to hop on board this deal, right? Or even say like limited supplies, right? Only 5 coaching spots available or something like that. I don't know. But like, you know what I'm trying to say. If you do a very like a smaller timeline, try to make the deal even sweeter and try to make sure that you are telling your audience beforehand, prepping them, telling them to be ready, telling them to like have it up on your computer and get on board with this, right? Or just host like one sale that's like a little bit longer, moving from Wednesday to Monday or Friday to Monday or whatever that looks like, right? So that's my suggestion for Black Friday specifically. But another thing to consider for small business owners, because there is so much competition on that specific weekend, you may want to host a big pop-up sale the weekend before or the weekend after Black Friday, right? Just to kind of like not have to be one of the many fish in the sea. You kind of like lessen the fish in the sea pool that you're working with or whatever, right? So, you could consider hosting your sale the weekend before or the weekend after instead of doing that Black Friday competition. Just something to think about. And you totally have permission to do that, whatever makes the most sense for your brand. Okay, so that's kind of my tips when it comes to when do you want to promote it. Not only think about how long you want to promote it for, but also like when, before, during, after. I do recommend that you keep it to just one simple promotion. Don't try to create like 3 promotions, 3 different days, because it gets too confusing. It gets to be too much work for you and it gets to be too confusing for your ideal customer. Okay. So now that you have the what and the when, let's talk about how to promote it. So this can look like a lot of different things, and depending on the time of year, whatever, always, always, always remember to think back to your brand. Where are my ideal customers showing up right now? What makes the most sense for my brand? All that jazz. But a few things to think about are the topics of the content that you could create when it comes to promotions, right? So a few things to think about. These are what you might want to jot down and then brainstorm later. Topics of content that you can create when it comes to a pop-up promotion or Black Friday sale are teasing your sale. Now, this is what I was just talking about earlier when I was like, tell people that the sale is coming and to be ready, right? That's totally okay. Like, tease your sale multiple times leading up to it, right? I would say the whole week before, even 2 weeks before, you could start teasing and saying, we're planning our Black Friday promotion. I'm so excited to offer this for 2 for 1, whatever, during like the big sale that's coming up. The big sale is happening tomorrow. Like, don't forget, like keep an eye out in your email, keep an eye out on our page. We're posting it in our Instagram stories, tease your sale, my friend. Tell people it's coming, because then that will prep them to want to buy from you. They will already know what your sale is. They will already know when it's happening. They will already know what they want to buy. All they have to do is click the buy button, right? So tease it. Okay, another topic of content, a few more topics of content that you could do when it comes to pop-up promotions are announcing your sale, right? So teasing your sale leading up to it. Then on the day that the sale starts, make sure you announce it. Big sale, 20% off sale, buy one, get one sale, whatever it looks like for you. Like, announce the sale. Okay. And then you could also, leading through the sale, a few content topics you could do are featuring your offer, right? So getting into the depths of like, ooh, this is perfect for, or this offer includes, or this offer helps you solve the problem of blah, 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 right? Like featuring your offer in multiple ways, which I actually listed a few different ways you can do that in previous episodes. I think that in episode 143 of the Feel Good Social podcast, when I talk about content themes that make people want to buy from you, I broke down several different ways you can talk about your offers and feature your offers, right? So go back and give that one a listen for sure. But feature your offer in multiple ways as the sale is going on. Tell people all of these different things, what makes your offer unique, all these different things, right? You can also create a post that's about how this will change their life, right? That's a really great post to create about a specific offer that you are having a sale on right now. And never forget the call to actions during this sort of thing. Make sure you buy this now if you want to get 20% off or whatever it is. Tell people about the sale during these types of posts. You can create a post about why they should buy this now. Right? So buy this now, 20% off. It won't be 20% off for the rest of the year. The price is going up after this sale, right? Like whatever that looks like. Tell people why they should buy this now. Tell them about the urgency that you're creating with this sale. You can share customer testimonials about the specific offer that you are promoting, right? So specifically share customer testimonials you have received about this specific offer, because that just is the cherry on top, solidifying people's decision to hit that buy button. Customer testimonials do that. And then finally, the last topic of content that you can create is a last chance post. Okay. So tell people today is the last day. This is your last chance to get this for 50% off or whatever your sale is, right? Do that post on the last day of the sale, because that is often when most people end up buying finally, right? Because it's that final little compelling bit of urgency or whatever I'm trying to say. This is the last chance. They're like, oh, shoot, I've been looking at this all weekend, forgot to buy it, need to buy it now because it's my last chance to buy it, right? So remind people this is your last chance. Okay, so those are the topics of the content that you can create for your promotion. You can think about the themes of the content or the sale that you want to host, right? So I think when it comes to themes for a sale, it's important to think about kind of the vibe of the sale, what you want your post to look like, and all that different stuff. Because if you make them all kind of feel the same, then it really boosts the recognizability. No, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Recognizability. There we go. It boosts the recognizability of the sale and stuff like that, right? So people will just like inherently see your sale post and be like, oh yeah, that sale is going on, right? So try to make all of your content feel similar. And you can often do that by thinking about the theme. And for Black Friday in particular, it could be a holiday theme that you kind of go with, like a winter snowflake theme or a Santa theme or a cozy theme or whatever kind of holiday theme you want to go with, right? Or you could just choose to use like similar looking graphics, similar fonts, similar colors, all that different stuff, right? But if you do that, then it will help people like recognize your sale post, be reminded of the sale that's going on, and maybe make them like hit that post button or the buy button because they're like, oh yeah, that sale. Okay, perfect. And then what I want you to think about is the types of content that you want to create to promote this sale. Okay, so do you want to write several emails, right, about several of the different topics that we discussed earlier? Because it's totally okay to send out several emails in the weekend. I would send out a teasing email. I would send out an announce your sale email, an offer feature email, a probably going together why they should buy this now plus customer testimonial email, and then a last chance email at the very least. I don't even know how many emails I just listed, like 5 in like a weekend. Yes. Send them all out. Okay. Send out all the emails. What do you want to maybe like promote it on your blog or podcast? Think ahead to that. How do you want to promote this sale on your blog or podcast or anything like that? And then think about social media and the specific types of content for social media that you want to create, right? I definitely recommend promoting things on Instagram stories if you are on Instagram, because you can share links to things very easily, right? And you can also use interactive features such as polls and all that different stuff. I definitely think you could create like a few fun different reels. You could create carousels. There's lots of different types of content that you can create. And the sooner you start thinking about that and the types of content, the sooner you can start creating it. So you're not feeling like you have to post in the moment during this crazy sale as it's happening, right? So think about all that sort of stuff when it comes to the how-to of the promotion, my friend, and then start making it happen now. I have that in all caps in my notes with like 3 exclamation points because the sooner you can really start thinking about this stuff, the better. And especially if you are listening to this episode as it comes out on November 8th, like, whew, man, yes. My friend, like no pressure, don't want to like rush you or scare you or anything like that. But hopefully this episode has really helped you to outline your Black Friday promotions, understand what you want, when you want, how you want to promote it, right? And then hopefully you can just hit the ground running and just start outlining everything you need to outline, start creating that content right now, start writing those emails right now, get everything scheduled that you can, make a list of things that you can't schedule that you still need to get done. But the more you can start prepping for this sale right now, the better, my friend, because it can get a little crazy if you're trying to do a pop-up sale in the moment. Right? So start doing this right now. If you want, if you have any questions or you want a little bit of feedback or anything like that, hit me up at Feel Good Social on Instagram in the DMs. I would love to chat with you. And also, like, more so, if you want really in-depth feedback, if you want really like in-depth help brainstorming and all that different stuff, check out the Feel Good Social Club. It's feelgoodsocial.com/club. Not only do we do our monthly content planning workshops, but we also have community forums where you can always just post and say, hey guys, I wrote this email for a holiday promotion. Like, what do you think? Do you have any suggestions? Do you think it sounds a little awkward or like overly promotional or anything like that? Like, not only will the Feel Good Social Clubbers give you feedback, but I always hop into the community forums to give our Feel Good Social Clubbers feedback. And so you can have that happen immediately if you want to join the Feel Good Social Club, my friend. So head to feelgoodsocial.com/club to check it out now. I so appreciate you tuning in, my Feel Good friend, and I cannot wait to check out your Black Friday promotions. I hope you have a really wonderful rest of your week, and I will catch you next time I catch you. Thanks so much for listening, my friend. For show notes and a whole lot of other awesome freebies, visit feelgoodsocial.com. Simply go to feelgoodsocial.com for all the goods.